Welcome to my weekly live stream show, Co-Design Work with Wonder. I'm June Bea, CEO of Bea Group. So at Bea Group, I started the company back in 2015 to focus on work I care about and make a positive difference in the lives of young people. We do this by bringing millions of dollars to communities with public schools that do innovative, student-centered work. So at Bea Group, I'm going to read you the vision, and that is to cultivate a thriving, globally recognized, youth-centered community with a passion for creating a kinder, more just world. And one of the projects that we do at Bea Group is Work Wonder, which is a virtual internship program where youth are paid to create workplace intelligence experiences that are for youth by youth. And what we mean by workplace intelligence is it's really integral to a person's hero's journey and in their chosen work. So workplace intelligence, or WQ, is embracing positivity, having curiosity for change, being an active listener of diverse voices, and being self-motivated and recognize failure as a means for growth. So this live stream show is really a way to showcase the work that we do, as well as it's a show that's run by our co-designer interns. We have them behind the scenes as well as doing the social media posts. And so very excited to have you join us. We're live on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube. And so I wanted to share today that we have a special guest, Joyce Yamaguchi, who for over 30 years now has been in my life. I call her Yam, and I'm gonna bring her on because she's definitely one of my favorite people. Hi, Yam.
Hi, June.
So Yam was my journalism teacher my junior year of high school, and I definitely felt invisible before I started journalism, before I met Yam. So being Asian, I didn't really have a whole lot of Asian role models in my community, Glendale, California. So when I walked into Yam's class, and here she was, and she just treated me like a person. I didn't feel like a teenager. I didn't feel like... And so we're friends. She's my mentor. We work together. We've worked together at JPL. And so, hi, Yam.
Hi, June.
So you asked, why am I on the show, right?
You did.
I know. So I wanted to share some of our story and a little trip down memory lane. I'm curious, like, what was I like as a teenager?
Honestly, June, you kind of were afraid of everything. And I think, your mom was working and there was, you just weren't very brave about, or you didn't have a very broad experience. So, I felt kind of, it's not like I have a very broad experience myself, but it's easier to make somebody brave than to be brave yourself. So that's what I did. I just forced you to be brave, I think.
Oh my gosh. So some of the stuff that we did in journalism was, Yam said, we had to create our own spread where we had to fill the whole center spread of the newspaper on a topic that we cared about. And I remember I picked drug abuse, and I taught, and Yam's like, oh, I know somebody who's a recovering, drug addict.
No, I wasn't going to go, but I'm willing to send you.
Right. So she's like, you should talk to this person and go interview them. I couldn't even drive at the time. I remember telling my mom, I needed to go interview this person who was a recovering drug addict and go and talk to this person. So I remember doing that, and it built a tremendous amount of confidence. And then I went to interview someone at a drug rehabilitation center who was, I think, the center director. And it was cool to write newspapers and have my name on it. And yes, you pushed us. And we had the only computer in the school practically.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And I remember whenever something was broken or it wouldn't work, I just would always say, because, I had such great technical skills even then, either turn it off and turn it on, or kick it. It'll be fine.
Exactly. So anyways, I was in high school, and then we went to New York together because you took us to Columbia University for some journalism event. And then we ended up going to Europe together because you were brave enough to take a bunch of teenagers. What were you thinking?
It was dumb. I was just dumb.
I can't remember how many we had. We had someone who got the chicken pox during the trip.
Right. And we had to smuggle her around Europe. It was horrible.
It was, yeah, you and I both decided after that trip that maybe a bus tour was not the way to go.
Right.
So then, let's see, we worked together at JPL.
Installing telephones.
Telephones, RJ25,
the
jacks. We had to move. So our job was to write phone orders for the phone people to move telephone lines. Like if someone moved their office or if they were upgrading, because remember, we got the first phones that had voicemail. They had the button that lit up that said you have a voicemail message. So Yam and I wrote phone orders. And then, I remember I interviewed your mother because I needed
for the internment.
Yeah, so your mom, I did not know about the Japanese internment camps until I was in college. And then you're like, my mom was in the camp.
So useful.
Then I went, can I go interview your mom? And then she told me about making Adobe bricks and how she hated apple butter. Right. And I don't know, I went to hang out at your parents' house without you. And anyway, I know. So over the years, we just hung out and now we work together. And actually, I want to segue to some of what we're doing right now, which was really by accident.
Yes.
So
a happy accident.
Yeah. It was like we wanted Yam to come to a school district to work with some young people, just to do a general session about how to write their college personal insight questions. And we were doing, in the middle of the session, we had some folks, some students ask, so who's going to read this, right?
That wasn't part of the plan. The plan was just to talk about it and wave goodbye and then be done. So June and I looked at each other like, I don't know, am I going to read
it? Right. And then you did, you volunteered. You were like, okay, any of you that want to come. And then they were so nice at the district. They were like, if you come on Saturday, we'll open the door to the building and then you can come and work with the kids. And so we did that. You did that. I really was like, go, Yam, go. I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So that evolved.
Ever since.
I know. So then it's evolved. And now we call you the coach for the College Admissions Academy. And so I thought maybe we could bring some of our interns. So we did this with the program we've been running, the internship program at Downey Unified. And we have some students former and current, who have worked with you. So I'm going to bring them on to share a little bit about their, trip down memory lane with Yam. I'm going to bring Aleda up first. Hi, Aleda. All right, Aleda. So share with us a little bit about what it was like when you met Joyce.
Yeah. So that was very fun. I just started off going to those regular sessions, and I will admit it was a little intimidating. We have different versions of the same story, but who knows? It was challenging because I had never had to write one essay that many times. I think I wrote it I would say that first one, I don't know, 10, 12 times, probably more. But yeah, so I think my experience with her was I really did get to know myself a little bit more. I was willing to open up after a while and kind of write what was really important. But yeah, I think, and I'm still here. So after
3 years.
Yeah, after doing the session myself when I was a junior, I came on with her and I decided to work with her. Or actually she was like, come work with me. And I was like, so grateful at the time, and I still am,
Well,
to be able to work with her. So yeah, I think we're on to the second set of students. Wait, is this the third?
This is your third.
Yeah, this is our third. Yeah. So I think it's been quite a ride, and I'm enjoying it.
Okay, wait, so Aleda, you got to tell the story about what you thought you were writing an essay for, and then where did you end up applying, and where are you now? And
So I didn't really have too much like knowledge about essays. Like I thought the Cal States needed essays, and they don't. And so I thought I was just gonna be writing one essay, but then I found out it was four. And I ended up applying to
first
UC.
you should say why you applied to the schools you applied to.
Oh, okay, okay. I applied to them just because at the time I was able to get four free. So I got four free with free and reduced lunch. So I was like, why not just apply to all these? So that's what I did. I didn't really have a game plan behind the schools and why I chose them. So yeah, so I applied to UCLA, Berkeley, Irvine, and Merced, and I got into all of them, and I was waitlisted at Berkeley, and now I'm at UC Irvine. So yeah, it's pretty
I
good.
know. And how much do you pay to go to UC Irvine?
Right now I haven't paid anything out of pocket so far. So that's very nice. They pay for my housing and my tuition and my food. So I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, that's how I've been so far.
I know, Aleda. Cool. I'm gonna bring on Angela, and she could share her story. Angela, so
Hi.
hi. You're both our co-designer interns, and so what's your story with Joyce slash Yam?
Yes, so I would say it's pretty similar to Aleda's, but also quite different. I think Joyce was just this really, wise figure to me. And throughout the college writing process, the essay writing process, I did not only learn more about myself, but I also had a bigger view on this world as well, because we would just talk about life when we're just writing our essays. And yeah, I was like so blind. I didn't know how to, like, I lost my abilities to write, and Joyce was just guiding me through this tunnel that I couldn't see the end of the light, like the end of the tunnel, whatever. So yeah, she was just this guide, and I really appreciated her honesty, because my essays, before I brought them to her, everyone said that, oh my God, they're so good. Yeah, you're ready. You got them done. Oh my God, good job. But when I brought my essays to Joyce, she was like, oh no, girl, these are not it. And if she hadn't told me that, I don't know. Yeah, because I think honesty and knowing the truth is very important when you're trying to improve yourself, especially writing your college essays. Your future is kind of depending on this. So yeah, I had a great time working with Yam, and I remember my last session, I almost cried because, like, I don't know, it was just a routine to go to her session weekly every Saturday, 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. in the morning. And I really enjoyed talking to her, and she was just this motherly, grandmotherly figure to me. And I had a great time with Aleda too. Yeah, it was fun memories, and I was happy with my essays. That's the most important part. Yes.
Yes, and what are your plans after graduation? Because you're a senior right now.
Yes. So I applied to 5 UCs, so UC Berkeley, UCLA, UC Irvine, San Diego, and Santa Barbara. But I got into just 3. So I got rejected from Berkeley and LA, but I got into the other 3 too. But I guess that has to do with like the fact that I'm applying to like a really capped major, which is computer science. So this fall, I'm going to UC Irvine, same as Aleda, to study computer science. And I got a, what's it called, Chancellor Scholarship, which is really good. And turns out UC Irvine is the cheapest option for me. So, which is, that's great. Yeah.
I know, it's so awesome. So I'm going to bring Emily on too, so that we could round out our participants. Hi, Emily.
Hello.
So you worked with Joyce a little bit,
Yes.
and yeah, what was that like? last summer?
Well, I didn't get to work with Joyce the whole time, but what I do remember is being part of the group sessions. And I remember the first time I showed Yam my PIQs, she took one good look at it, read about half of it. She's like, "You have way too many unnecessary words." No. And it just, like, it shocked me. I was kind of dismayed, but I really appreciated the feedback because I felt like I was confident about my essays too, similar to Angela, and I didn't realize how much I needed to improve. So if not for Yam, I don't think I would have gotten into the UCs that I got into. So I'm just overall very appreciative for her honest feedback.
So wait, where are you going, Emily?
So I'm going actually to Harvey Mudd College of Engineering. I ended up getting into both UCI and UCSD simply because I was going for a combined mechanical and aerospace engineering program. But the cheapest option for me was actually going to Harvey Mudd. So that's where I'm going this year, or next
I
year.
know, and it's one of the Claremont colleges, which is, those of you who
Somebody's
know,
alma mater, right?
I love the Claremont colleges. So yeah, so excited that you're going to Harvey Mudd. So yeah, when you hear the feedback, what do you think about hearing from those who you've worked with?
Well, it's so nice because it's almost immediate feedback. So you feel like the job you're doing is making a difference, which is a little bit different from being in the classroom. Sometimes it takes a while. I was telling June just now, I had dinner last night with kids that graduated in, 2010. And, they're very successful at this point. But when you're doing college essays, even though it seems like an eternity for the people that are writing them, it's like, oh my God, we have to see that woman again. And those 10, 12 weeks, it seems like a lifetime, right? But for me, after 12 weeks, the hard part is waiting the next 8 weeks, 10 weeks to find out. But still, within a year, you get immediate feedback on the job that you did. So it's great. It's fun. I always think, I don't know. I try to be honest, which I think is, I mean, it's the most important thing that they're writing in their life. So I feel the responsibility to not say it's good if it's not good. So sometimes it's hard. It's hard on all of us, but I think the results have been really pretty good.
They've been really good, and I learned something about you this year.
Me?
Which is your competitiveness.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, so we are very proud to share that Yam worked with 50 of our interns, 50 of our 180 interns last summer on doing their personal insight questions, and all 50 got accepted to at least one of the UCs, which was the goal. The goal was to get into a UC, and so at least one. So I was like, yay! I know, we have some numbers. How's that feel, Yam?
It's good. It's good. Because they work, I mean, honestly, a lot of kids right around November 25th, they think, oh, I got to write 4 essays. I've got time. They're due on the 30th. And these kids are they're starting in June. And it's like Aleda said, I'm going to sometimes make them write that first essay over 10, 12 times. So the fact that they stick with it, is an indication to me that once they get into college, even when it gets difficult, they're going to be fine. So
I know. So we have a lot more kids for you this summer because we have 178 who we have in Downey Unified.
Well, the thing that Aleda didn't tell you, she makes it sound like I'm doing her a favor.
Technical glitch.
Can you hear me?
Pardon?
Can you hear me? Oh, okay. I said, what Aleda hasn't said, she makes it sound like I've done her a favor, but honestly, I am the village idiot of technology, and Aleda makes sure that the kids are their appointments. She lets them in and out of the Zoom room. When I can't write with my Apple Pen, I just start screaming, Aleda, fix it. She fixes everything. So yes, Aleda, we get to do a lot more kids.
I know, super exciting. So we're running the program. Like Aleda said, this is our third? We had one official year. That was our accidental year. And then since then.
And then Aleda's year.
Aleda's year. So this is 2, 1.
Okay. Really? Okay, so Aleda, the year you were a junior, we did it.
Yeah.
Right.
The year you were a senior, we did it.
Yes. Yeah.
The year yes.
Yeah.
This year you're a sophomore, so this is the 4th year we've done it.
Yeah.
This is our 4th year.
I know, I'm getting old.
I can't believe it. I know. So it's really, it's awesome. I love that we have this long history together, Yam. I love that now you're building relationships with other of the people that we've been working with, like Angela, Emily, Aleda. I always tell them that mentors for life. This is what we've been telling our interns because you're the role model. You have been my mentor for. I graduated in 1990.
Dude, let's not talk about this because they're going to do the math and they're going to realize, oh my God, that lady is old. Angela, what is this? What is this?
I mean, I remember going to Yam's 40th birthday party.
Yeah, like 40 years ago, huh, June?
And I'm going to turn 50 next year. So I'm just saying, we have a little bit of history. So to be able to do this together, to be able to see another generation, it's really rewarding. And I just want to thank you. So thanks, Yam.
Well, thank you, June. It's been a very inspiring job that you've given me. So, and I get to yell at kids for free. Right?
I know. So for those of you who are watching who are juniors this year in our internship program, Yam is doing the coaching for the College Admissions Academy again this year. More to come. So we're very excited. Thanks to all of you for watching. And next week I have a guest. His name is Michael Friend. He does work with different communities about CRISPR technology. So that's genetic technology. And so he's joining me next week. So I just wanted to say thank you. Thanks, Yam. Thanks, Angela, Emily, Aleda for joining me today. And have a good week, everybody. See you next week.